So I try not to.
Later that same day, we are now at All Fired Up with Gary Wenner and guest DJ Kevin O'Neill from Detroit.
We are ready. Formerly of the Big 1220, WGAR.
What was LYT, 92.3 or something?
Yeah,
92.3. I was there 74 in the early...
How do you keep track?
You always remember the days you get fired. Come on, Steve. Right?
It's happened 6 times.
Oh my God. And this is great.
I have my new phone with me, but I gotta figure out how to use the camera.
Oh, I can show you that. WIXY Superman G and
How are you?
We're great. We're great. Going to be a great night.
It's going to be an awesome night. Good to
Yes,
be
it
here.
is.
I hope they play.
Bobby's voted for 1966. I'll be darned. That's the year that I got out of the 8th grade. Do you believe that? And of course now I'm in the 11th grade. I'm doing pretty well for a guy that's going to be 64 years old next week. My name is Kevin O'Neill, formerly of the Big 1220 WGAR in Cleveland. We're going to have a ball here tonight. Gary the Wild Man Wenner is by my side. We're playing all the good stuff. We're doing it live. All Fired Up is the name of the place. The south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Lear-Nagel Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio. Let's do the good stuff. Let's do the Dave Clark 5, one of the shortest intros ever in the history of music.
Go get him, Kevin.
Here you go. My son.
Not bad when your dad owns the record company. Such was the case with John, teamed up with Robin to give us this song. Solid. The world famous Abnac record label. Well, it was famous to the people from Abnac Records, I guess. John and Robin, this time of the year, springtime, 1967. Do it again, just a little bit slower. And we're doing it. We are doing it. WIXY1260 Online. It's so cool to say those great call letters, heritage call letters in the city of Cleveland. Whether you're from Cleveland, listening out of town, it doesn't matter. You are tuned to one of the greatest radio stations ever to hit the radio dial. And what a pleasure to be out with these great people. Give yourself a great hand here tonight in North Ridgeville. We love you. Thank you. All Fired Up. That's what we are, and that's where we are. All Fired Up is on the south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Lear-Nagel Road in North Ridgeville. And my partner in crime here tonight, playing all the hits and just having ourselves a great time. Gary the Wild Man Wenner, who you hear when, Gary?
19711, right here on WIXY1260 Online.
All right, great stuff. We're doing it. You want to do it again? Let's do it, okay? Got to say hello to some great people in Westlake Village. Virginia O'Neill, Giselle, Lugene, Sue, Keisha, and Nicole. Come on, Beach Boys, sing it. WIXY1260 Online. Their name is the same forward as it is backward. That's some kind of a thing. It's not an acronym. Come on, we're not in school tonight. We're having fun.
It's also dyslexic, though.
Yes, it does. It does. Radar, that's the same way. Kevin O'Neill, that is my name. The Big 1220 WGAR was my Cleveland home, one of my Cleveland homes for a couple of years, about 2.5 years, in 1976. In fact, it was 40 years ago this July that I started doing the all-night show at WGAR, midnight to 6 every night. What an honor to be on that great radio station, and you were listening to that station, right,
Yes,
Gary?
sir, I was. I grew up on it.
I wasn't born yet.
I'm here today because I fell in love with it for listening to you guys back in the day.
Oh, we had a ball. Our lineup at the time was John Lanigan in the morning. We had Emperor Joe Mayer. I love when jocks had other names. Emperor Joe Mayer, not just Joe Mayer. Emperor Joe Mayer. We had J.R. Nelson from 1 till 4. We had Dave the Big Newton. And then the real Bob James was 8 till midnight, and I did the midnight to 6 show. So, Gary the Wild Man Wenner, thank you for remembering. We got great stuff all night long on WIXY1260 Online. Remember the TV show? John Drake, The Secret Agent, 1966. Johnny Rivers was on your radio. John Drake, that secret agent. Remember who played the part of John Drake? You remember that? Or am I the only goofy one here? No, that's obviously I'm not. But I guess Patrick McGowan was the name of the actor who played Secret Agent.
That's right.
When that show was on, our big hope was someday to get a color TV because that was on in 1966. And we finally got a color TV in 1967. I will never forget the night it was delivered. The first program that was on was the Lawrence Welk Show. Even back then, I was living La Vida Loca. I certainly was. My name is Kevin O'Neill. Yes, I am a Clevelander, St. Ed's, class of 1970. Anybody here from St. Ed's tonight? Apparently there are people from St. Ignatius because they're taking out brass knuckles. So now we know who the crowd is. And where's the crowd? It's a great crowd. It's a friendly crowd. Come on by and get all fired up at All Fired Up. That's the name of the place. Great food, great fun. The south side of Center Ridge Road. We're just west of Learnagle in North Ridgeville. I'm here with Gary, the Wild Man Wenner, till who knows when. We got to say hello to some great Detroit folks. We have people listening online, of course, all the time. WIXY1260 Online. It's worldwide, WIXY. And I'm so proud to say the Rock of Cleveland. That's what they used to say, and I'm saying it here tonight as many times as I darn well please. Hello to the Detroit crowd. Robbie is listening, Dave is listening, Rich, Annie and Jerry, and of course can't forget Jess, Hugh, and Jack. Got some great folks listening on WIXY1260 Online. Guys who wrote this song, Doc Thomas, Mort Sherman,
Perfect,
have never been
perfect.
to Vegas, but they loved it.
Yeah!
WIXY1260. One of the great things about this radio station, WIXY1260 Online, playing songs that you just don't hear on the radio anymore. You heard this one a lot if you grew up with the big 1220 WGAR. Bay City Rollers, 1977. And wow, what a time of the night to play it. Just when it's starting to get dark, it sounds so good. Turn it up.
Fabulous.
1966. Well, we let a request to do a little Casey, so hi, this is your buddy Casey. It's a song by Richard and the Young Lions, all about a guy who got locked out of his car one day and called the police and said, hey, why don't you open up my door? And that, my friend, is rock and roll. Oh, to the 10th degree, the Rock of Cleveland. And it's on WIXY1260 Online. My name is Kevin O'Neill. What an honor to be in with Ray King and Gary the Wild Man Wenner, playing the good stuff like this one from the Grassroots on WIXY1260. Tossing and turning Bobby Lewis, WIXY1260 Online. Oh boy, gotta slow it down for this gentleman. Born 77 years ago today. We lost him a couple of years ago in 2014. 1939, Jimmy Ruffin graced the world and graced the music scene and all of our radios for so many years. His big hit, 1967, WIXY1260 Online. From WIXY1260 Online. Jimmy Ruffin would have been 77 years old today. What becomes of the brokenhearted? Great stuff. We're doing it. We're playing it. All fired up. That's what we are, and that's where we are. The south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Learnagle Road in North Ridgeville, Ohio. If you're in the Cleveland area, stop by. If you're not in the Cleveland area, like my buddy Robbie, just got a text from him, and he's enjoying everything in Detroit, Michigan. And that's where that song was recorded, the last one we heard. Jimmy Ruffin, right down the street from where we work at the fabulous Motown Museum. Have you ever, Gary, have you ever had a chance?
I've been wanting to go. That's on my bucket list.
You have to do it. You have to do it. It's an amazing place. And when I went in, the last time I went in, I walked around twice. I said, do I have permission to do this whole thing again? I don't want to leave. And they said, okay, but listen, you're not going to get a timeshare here. Just come on, go in and walk around a few times and enjoy it. And it's fantastic. It's on West Grand Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan, the Motown Museum, right down the street from the historic Fisher Building. This is what we're doing and what we do all the time. You guys do it so well. The more you listen, the better we sound. And I'll tell you how we sound better. Yeah, stuff like this, rock and roll. Senior year of high school for me, 1969. Crazy Elephant. Oh, I love those WIXY jingles and love all these WIXY songs. If you grew up listening to CKLW, the Big 8, you may remember hearing this by a group called Shooter. This was the national version. Leo Sayer, them long, tall glasses. And yeah, let's do it. Let's play it. Our Detroit connection continues to check in. Hello to Jess, to Hugh, and to Jack. Back to 1967. I'm getting a horse already. I don't know if I can take this. Having too much fun. This is against the law. Turn it up loud because it's the law. If perchance you were class of 1970, that was first semester, sophomore year. Yeah, the fall of 1967. Jackie Wilson on WIXY1260 Online. My name is Kevin O'Neill, formerly of the Big 1220 WGAR. I love saying those call letters, and boy, how I love saying them. 76 through 78, I did the all-night show for those 2.5 years. And people like my buddy here, Gary the Wild Man Wenner from WIXY1260 Online, you were kind enough to tune me in when I was doing that all-night show, and I appreciate that
Oh,
so
absolutely.
much.
I mean, that was WGR was required listening in our home.
It was a great radio station. Speaking of great things, WIXY does more than just play great music. You guys get involved in so many great community activities. And just this afternoon, we were out at the gravesite of Alan Freed. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Alan, he's one of the pioneers of rock and roll. He coined the term rock and roll. He's one of my disc jockey idols. He was on WJW back in the early 50s. And you were out at his gravesite today. Is that right, Gary?
Yes, sure was. It was a really nice ceremony at Lakeview Cemetery. The gravestone is something to behold. It is actually the shape of a jukebox.
Oh my God!
And on the back part of it,
That's how I want to go.
Yeah, it's a Wurlitzer. And then on the front part is a beautiful picture of him holding up some records and a nice bio about him. Something truly fitting for the legend that he was.
Yeah, now was this the anniversary of his passing, or was it not?
No, actually, they were. The ashes are going to be finally interned here.
I see.
They were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame some years ago, and they were sent away, as it were, and they found a new place for it. Lakeview Cemetery.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Jimmy Clanton was there performing.
Yeah.
Little Anthony also.
Did not. No, he was not there. Little Steven was the presenter. The Drifters performed, and they killed it.
Oh,
they
great
did this
stuff.
magic moment. They killed it. Stand by me.
No pun intended. They're performing in the cemetery.
Focus in your eyes.
Did a great job there. And Mr. Music, Norman Knights.
Norm was there,
Yeah, he was the MC.
Good man, good man.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff. We're going to have some video posted on our web pages. And I think it's got some news coverage today. So if you're not there, dodging the rain drops at the end of it.
Were they there also? They had some great songs over there. Speaking of great songs, let's do it. Summer 1966. Oh, love this stuff. Yeah. Turn it up loud. It's the Circle, spelled of course with an Y-R-K, whatever it is, L-E. Red Rubber Ball. Turn it up loud. Yes, kiddies, even Barbra Streisand had some great top 40 music. 1971 on the Stony End, WIXY 1260 Online. Barbra Streisand, Stony End, 1971. That song came out one night at the Nest out in Berea. Remember that place, the Nest? You guys are doing a little imbibing out there, and during that song, I remember I tried to kiss Joni Birkin. And, not the greatest song to kiss. You know, it's not that romantic. Stony End is not a song that you try to make out to, and I found that out rather quickly. WIXY1260 Online. We're having a ball. We're all fired up, and that's a great place for a place because that's where we are, all fired up on the south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Lear-Nagel Road. We're in North Ridgeville. My name is Kevin O'Neill. Guest DJ tonight on WIXY1260 Online. My partner in crime here is Gary the Wild Man Wenner. Ray King is here. We're all here just having a great time. Request, sure, we can take them. WIXY1260 Online. Is that right? .com. Got it for that newfangled internet stuff. Yeah, WIXY1260Online.com. This lady gave the Beatles a run for their money in 1964. They were at the top of the charts. She was right there behind them with this song. She's a Fool. So sad we lost her this a few months back. Leslie Gore, WIXY1260 Online. The more you listen, the better we sound. Sounded good in 1974 when this song was on WIXY1260 AM radio. Remember that thing? Yeah, it's still hanging around. Sugarloaf, don't call us. We'll call you on WIXY. One of the great things about this radio station is playing the songs that you just don't hear anymore. One of the Bee Gees' absolute best. 1975. Can you tell I love this song? Fanny, WIXY1260. Fanny, be tender. with my love, and vice versa. Hey, it's after 9 o'clock. We can get into the blue material, right? Kevin O'Neill, Gary, the Wild Man Wenner, WIXY 1260 Online. We're playing the stuff that makes you want to stand up and holler. WIXY 1260 Online is live, all fired up, south side of Center Ridge, just west of Lear Nagel Road, north of Ridgeville. Oh, let's do it. Human beings, nobody but me, 1966, WIXY1260Online.com. That's where you go for a request. And if you don't remember WIXY when you were growing up, you missed out on a great radio station, and that's why we're so happy to be bringing it to you again. I say we because tonight I'm a part of this wonderful group of people, Ray King and Gary the Wild Man Wenner, and Gary and Eric. Thank you guys so much for having me as your special guest DJ. All fired up is the place south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Lear Nagel Road in North Ridgeville, Ohio. And when we say request, we mean it. We mean Joe in Willoughby. Thank you for taking the time to request this great song from 1973. WIXY1260Online.com. For requests, it's Billy Preston on WIXY. Turn it up loud. WIXY 1260 Online, 1969. I was working at McDonald's, making the big buck, minimum wage, $1.35 an hour with Mel and Tim on the radio. WIXY 1260 Online. Love playing the stuff that was out right around this time of the year, like this one. This was springtime, 1970, going into those summer months. Turning that radio up loud. We're doing it all night long here. It all fired up. North Ridgeville. We're singing them and we're playing them on WIXY. Right. White Plains, 1970, WIXY 1260 Online. My name is Kevin O'Neill, guest DJ. I am so thrilled to be here with Gary the Wild Man Wenner, playing all the great stuff on WIXY 1260 Online. These guys do it every single day, 24/7. The 50s, 60s, 70s, recreating one of the greatest radio stations ever to hit the airwaves, WIXY 1260 in Cleveland. When we say request, sure we got requests. Roy, thank you for stopping by tonight. All fired up, the south side of Center Ridge, just west of Lear Nagel Road in North Ridgeville. Came out to us and said, put on this one. Smokey Robinson wrote it. Temptation singing 1965. WIXY 1260 Online. Frankie Avalon, all the way back to 1957. Invasion coming up. We'll get your hollies on in just a couple moments after we hear from a guy who graced our town today. Jimmy Clanton is over at Alan Freed's gravesite. What a wonderful man he is. And he sang this one in '63. All right. We got a song that contains the lyrics Venus and Blue Jeans. Now, you know it's got to be a slightly older song. Jimmy Clanton, he was in town today out at the Alan Freed ceremony at Erie View Cemetery. So thanks to Jimmy for stopping by, being a part of what we have going on WIXY 1260 Online. The way it used to be is now the way it is. 24 hours, 7 days a week. People like Gary, the Wild Man Wenner, Ray King, myself tonight just sitting in and having myself a ball. Kevin O'Neill on WIXY 1260. British Invasion, we promised it to you, and we've got it for you. 1965, the Hollies on the radio on WIXY.
Gary Wenner rocks on.
And I am the special guest of Gary Wenner, Gary the Wild Man Wenner on WIXY 1260 Online. My name is Kevin O'Neill, formerly of the Big 1220 WGAR. We played Venus and Blue Jeans, Jimmy Clanton, and right away we're thinking, hey, how about this Venus? Got to give it equal time. We'll do it. Summer 1970. It's the Shocking Blue. My pant size was 29.29 when the song came out. So were Tom Jones on WIXY Online. We are all fired up, on the south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Lear Nagel Road in North Ridgeville. I'm Kevin O'Neill. Gary the Wild Man Wenner is here. Ray King is here. All the WIXY jocks having ourselves some fun, like the Beach Boys did it in 1965. More music, more memories. WIXY1260 Online. Oh yeah, class of 70, 1970, St. Ed's. That was my class. So many times in that mixer, in that gym, I want to go up to one of the young ladies and just say, WIXY1260 Online, playing the good stuff. Like the Beatles, 1964, shouting, England, Music Machine is online. WIXY1260 Online, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with people like Gary, the Wild Man Wenner. Gary, you're normally on when?
Monday night, 7 to 11.
Just the one time, or you're on the week? Or?
Just Monday nights.
And what a great lineup of disc jockey. That's what's so cool about WIXY1260 Online. It's not just the great music, it's the entire recreation of WIXY1260, which went on the air in December of 1965. It had been WDOK, played some easy listening, beautiful music type stuff, and they did a lot of, on Saturdays, they would play the flashback show, the old timers show, they called it. And then in December of 1965, I remember my dad waking up and he said, "What the heck is this on the radio?" And I said, "Dad, that's WIXY1260, the all-new WIXY1260." And that's how it all started back in 1965. So great heritage, great music, and great disc jockeys. And talk about slowing it down a little bit. Well, we will do that. Play a lot of the up-tempo stuff, but we can do a lady's choice here. Yes, you're allowed to slow dance in here. Jennifer Warren's 1977, WIXY1260. WIXY1260 Online, all fired up. South side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Learnagle Road in North Ridgeville. That's where we are till midnight. Maura says, "Can you play Paul Simon?" We say. Can you even buy Kodachrome anymore? I don't believe you can, unless you go down to Gray Drugs. Of course, they went out of business in, 1972? So I think you'd be hard-pressed to get Kodachrome, but you can always do the Bristol stuff. And we're going to do it. Aren't we doing it right now? Yes, we are. Len Berry, Go Bells on WIXY1260 Online. So we got a little request for some Casey Kasem here, so I think we can do a Casey talk-up. Let's do it here, all right? Well, we certainly can. Since it's Mother's Day tomorrow, a happy Mother's Day to all the moms and all the great mom songs like Mama Tried by Merle Haggard. How about B.J. Thomas, Mama, and Mama Oh Mau Mau by the Rivingtons. But of course, we can't forget the Mama song that came along in the summer of 1979. Elton John teamed up with the Spinners, and it's called Mama Can't Buy You Love, and it's on WIXY. Elton John, a little background help from the Spinners on WIXY1260 Online. That was 1979, playing that one at Houston's Best Rock, 96.5 KAUM. That's where I was working. It's kind of hard to keep track of all the places you work when you're in radio. And I am very grateful to be in radio, and even more grateful to be here with my friends tonight from WIXY. My name is Kevin O'Neill, formerly of the Big 1220 WGAR. 40 years ago this July that I started doing the overnight show there at the Big 1220. Thank you so much, guys, for asking me to stop by tonight. And don't forget, the party continues. Gary, the Wild Man Wenner, is next. And you guys are going strong till midnight, correct?
Yes, we are.
And you are at all fired up. The south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Learnagle Road in North Ridgeville. And of course, Gary, we can hear you at what time?
Monday night, 7 p.m. right here on WIXY1260 Online.
Hey, I can tell you're a guy that loves what he does.
Yes.
Everybody on WIXY does. That's the cool thing about this radio station. Everybody on here just loves being a part of it, and I'm just honored to have been a part of it tonight.
And Taylor, if I may, I told you this off air. I've been at this almost 20 years, and I have to tell you, this is probably the greatest radio I've ever experienced in those 20 years of broadcasting.
You're darn right. No, Gary, thank you. That's so kind. That you have no idea what those words can mean to me. Thank you so much, and for all your hospitality here, and all the folks here, and Jen and everybody at All Fired Up. We certainly appreciate that. Again, it's the south side of Center Ridge Road, just west of Learnagle in North Ridgeville. And Gary, of course, continues at 10 after the 10 o'clock ID. And I think we're going to go out. Well, we love how WIXY plays the songs you don't hear too much anymore. And speaking of Houston, playing this one in Houston during the summer of 1979. Oh yeah, this is great. The late great. So sad we lost this guy. Bob Welch, Precious Love is on WIXY.
All right then.
All right then.
That's a drop the mic.
Yeah, right.